Hello, hello. Welcome to today's video. I wanted to try something a little different today. I want to take some of my favorite budget-friendly options and a few new items that I picked up recently and see if we could do a really nice full face using nothing over $10. So let's get started. The first thing that we're going to go in with is one of my primers. This is from e.l.f. It's the Poreless Putty Primer. This one quickly became a favorite among pretty much everyone who could get their hands on it. I'm just going to take my Real Technique sponge. I'm going to take the flat side and I'm just going to kind of press that in. Next up, we're going to try something new. This is the Revolution. Wow, that is a shiny label. Let me bring that in a little closer. The Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. This is a matte finish and I am going in with the shade F4. Whoa, that is an applicator. Look at that. That's giant. That's like, that is the size of my nose. Wow. Okay. I picked this up. It was on sale for $7. I think normally it's like $9, so it wasn't a super sale, but it was on sale. Okay, I don't usually use applicators like this, but we're gonna try it out because this is new and we'll just see how it is. We'll see. Okay, that is pretty full coverage. All right, this is really nice if you like full coverage. I don't want to pass judgment on it yet because, you know, I'm only just putting it on, so we'll see how it wears, but so far it's pretty good. So let's go in with some under eye concealer. This is, come on there, zoom. Instant Age Rewind Corrector. It's Maybelline. I'm just gonna tap this on here. Usually I don't like to use applicators directly from the product, but today let's just, you know, be rebellious. We're gonna try this with a concealer brush and see what happens. Okay, this brush is really nice. This is another Real Techniques brush. It's the Expert Concealer Brush. You can get all of their brushes at Target. Where else have I seen them? I've seen them at Ulta. I've seen them at Walgreens. And I want to say CVS. I am going to go ahead and just take some of that and stamp it right in here and right on top. So the key, if you have areas on your face that you have a hard time getting foundation to stick to, is light layers. Okay, so for a little bit of under eye setting power, we are going to use the NYX HD Finishing Powder in Banana. You can see mine is well loved and has been toddlered. And we're just going to tap and make sure that there's no creasing, and I'm just going to lightly dust that under the eye. Next thing that we're going to go in with is the Makeup Revolution Mega Bronzer in Cool. You can see that mine is well loved. It's just a really nice matte bronzer. So I'm going to go in and put this right under my cheekbones and just kind of swoop that. And I want to kind of make a U shape under my cheekbones and bring it up. I see a lot of videos where people are sucking in their cheeks like, and then they go down and just follow that suck in line. For me, that doesn't really work because then it like drags my face down. So I like to start back here and then kind of swoop it up a little. And for me, I find that that just works better with the shape of my particular face. Go ahead and run that right under my bottom lip. And just create a little bit of shadow. You see how easy that was, and it just kind of plumped out the bottom of my lip. I'm going to stamp some right in here, just along the sides. Okay. And the next bronzer is the NYX California Beaming. Of course, you can see it's really well loved and dirty. So I'm going to take a bigger brush. I don't want a ton of color. And the easiest way to add bronzer is to make a 3 on the side of your face. If you're just not sure, that's a good way to get started. Just make a 3. And see, that added a little bit of color without being too much. Let's try out this Milani blush. Audrey, learn to speak. I haven't tried this particular color yet. I do love Milani brushes. They have a really nice formula. The pigment shows up just perfectly. This is in the color Coral. So let's do it. I like to keep my blush back here. If I put it in the centers of my cheeks, see, I have fat cheeks when I smile. So if I put it in the center of my cheeks, when I stop smiling, it like pops down here. We don't want to drag our face down. We want to keep it nice and lifted. This is, yes, we vote yes on that. Let's just go ahead and do our highlighter. So this highlighter is a gem. I'm sure most people know it by now, but in case you don't, this is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in Flexitarian. These are so nice. But what I really love about this one is I can go light on it, or I can go super ham and hail aliens from a galaxy far, far away. All right, let's get into the fun stuff. Let's go ahead and do some eyes. So for primer, there's a lot of different options out there. I picked up the Pro Primer HD High Definition eyeshadow primer from LA Girl in white. So it's just a white stick. Let's see how that applies. Oh yeah, it did. It transferred all the way up there. All right, let's smooth that on with a concealer brush. I don't think tapping it with my finger is gonna do it. All right, so yeah, using a brush, it applied, it smoothed out. I'm gonna put some of this on the back of my hand, kind of warm it up, and pick it up with the brush and see if that makes any difference. Oh, yes. Okay, so if you pick this up, this is the way to apply it. Just rub some on the back of your hand to warm it up, and then pick it up with your concealer brush. All right, so the next thing is something brand new. This is an eyeshadow palette from Essence. It's called Spiritual Gangster. I picked this up for $4.99. There are 16 shadows in here. It comes like in a book. It's magnetic, so that's always really nice. Most of these are shimmers. Let's see, these two are matte. This one is matte, and this blue, and these two are matte. So just a few mattes out of the shimmers. Let's see how this performs. All right, so I think we're just gonna do a nice matte look today. Let's try these 3. Okay, let's see, that's Rockstar, Major Key, and Humble, and then we'll maybe go in and put a shimmer on top. So let's see how these babies do. So there is some kickback in the pan, but it's not super terrible. Okay, that application is really nice. There's a lot of color coming through, and I barely picked up anything. Yeah, there's a lot of color payoff with these. Color Me Impressed. I love the Essence mascara, but I haven't tried really any of their other products, and I picked this up exclusively because it was on sale, and this color store was pretty nice, and I was like, even if it's awful, the metallics and shimmers are much easier to formulate than matte, so I was like, I can just use them as eyeshadow toppers even if it's terrible. And if I can't even do that, then it was $5, and I know that I don't like Essence eyeshadows now. But I am so glad that I picked this up because dang, oh, that's beautiful. I'm really excited about this. Let's go in with some pink and see if she performs just as well. I'm just gonna put this all over the lid down here. Okay, yeah, that's, shoot, this is good. Yep, color me pleased. Did it again. I'm gonna try this with a, oh, Whoa. I'm gonna try this with a flat packing brush and see how it shows up. And wow, it showed up. Now there is some kickback in the pan, but really not a deal breaker because there's no fallout at all. And that's more important to me than having kickback in the pan. I'm gonna go in and put this Rockstar color on it, and then we'll see about adding some shimmer because dang, it's just so good. Like, I have to be honest, this is rivaling some of my $50, $60 palettes, like hands down. Oh, you know what this reminds me of? Like these particular shades and their performance. It reminds me of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, or like the Soft Glam palette. I love those. And if you've used them, then you know that the formula is like super soft and surprisingly pigmented. They don't always swatch the best, but I don't think that's I mean, Natasha Denona shadows don't swatch great. They swatch pretty awful, but when you put them on, it's like, oh, Natasha, you know? So swatches aren't always indicative of how good it's going to be applied. I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush and just kind of buff this in here. So it's blending, but I'm not losing any of the color payoff. I'm not mad about my choices. Like, I was really prepared to count this as just like a $5 fail and put it in a bad bin, but I have some apologies to make because, dang, so good. All right, so I'm gonna go in with a little shimmer and put it. Let's try this one right here. This is called No Limit, and I'm gonna use my finger and let's just see what happens. Okay, this one. Well, no, actually, they all kind of show up on my finger about the same. It's super soft texture-wise, so let's just see. I'm gonna come in here a little bit so you guys can see a little better. Okay, so that is really soft. Let me get a mirror so I can look a little closer and I'll be right back. Okay, let's look at this in a mirror so that I can see. All right, so it is showing up. And maybe I just need to build it because it is there and it's, I'm gonna get all up in your business right now. You see it is there. There is some shimmer to it. It's really soft, like a pastel almost. So let's go in with that that same flat dense brush and see if it builds up. Although I am concerned that this one may produce some fallout. So I'm gonna tap it very gently. Okay, that did help. And this shows up more like a sequin shade. It's really nice. It's really soft. Now I want to pump up that shine because I'm really loving this. So I'm going to go in with this ColourPop. Let me take this lid off so you can see the color. It's really pretty. It's nice and sparkly. This is a Super Shock Shadow in Party of 5. I'm going to press this right in the middle. And it's going to give us some sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. And I say I'm going to press it right in the middle, and then I get excited and I just start swooping it everywhere. This is super creamy. I would recommend anything by ColourPop. Let's go ahead and do brows before I do mascara. This, you guys have seen me use it before. This is just an e.l.f. clear double wanded gel. I'm just going to take some of this because I don't have an actual eye pencil that fits into the under $10 category. Let's go in with some mascara. I will never stop talking about how great this is. This is the Essence Lash Princess. You gotta get the one with the purple heart. Now this isn't new. I use this all the time. And I'm just never disappointed by it. And that eyeshadow, like I still cannot get over how impressive that was. Like if I did a blind test and I had the Anastasia Beverly Hills and that one, and no dollar signs, and they were the exact same packaging, I would not be able to tell you a difference, at least on those shades that I used. All right, that's gonna do it for the eyes. Let's find something for the lips. This is the e.l.f. Sheer Slick in the color Orange Crush. Let's see what kind of pigment it has. Packing. Okay, so it is very sheer. Let's see if we can build that up. You can build it up. I think let's try it sheer. Let's just put this on. Okay, that is creamy. That went a lot more pigmented on me than I thought it was going to. Maybe a little bit much for what we're doing right now, but we're gonna roll with it. Let's put a little of this hard candy gloss in Love Child in the center and see if that turns it into something really special. Okay, yeah, I like that. That's good. That's good. All right, I am going to put my hair down and I will be back and we can talk about my final thoughts on all of this. Okay. Final thoughts. Man, I am just so happy with this. The foundation looks really nice. I'm not seeing anything in my laugh line here, which usually if I'm not gonna like a foundation, it settles in there pretty quickly. So that's not happening. There's no creasing in my under eye, so that's positive. And it's sticking pretty well on my nose. So foundation, so far I'm gonna give it a yes, but we'll see how it wears the rest of the day. This concealer, the Maybelline concealer, I'm gonna give that a yes also. Let's see, what else did we use? I really love the color of this Milani brush. It blinked. I said brush again. Blush, Audrey. I need a speech therapist apparently. It really warmed everything up, brings a lot of color in. So Milani blushes are really nice. I have this Jouer brush. We're just gonna move on. The e.l.f. gel for the eyebrows, I really like. It just smooths everything out without adding a lot of extra color. So this e.l.f. Sheer Slick, I'm really liking the color of that. They have it in a lot of different colors. I just happened to pick it up in Orange Crush because I'm feeling super corally of all the things. I'll see how everything wears down below, and I'll leave updates in the description box at the end of the day and let you know if it stuck around or wore off or anything else. But that's gonna do it for today, and I will see you guys in the next one. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you liked this video, throw me a thumbs up down below, and if you have any questions or would like to see something specific, go ahead and drop me a comment, or you can send me a DM over on Instagram. My handle is thatgirl Audrey, and I will see you guys. Have good ones.